Good evening, wonderful people. Welcome to what's going to be an inspiring ride into one of the most talked about topics of our time, from intelligence to action, real world impact of AI and automation. I'm Prashanti Sudhakar, your host for the evening, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have each one of you here with us today. Whether you're tuning in from work, home, or somewhere in between, thank you for taking time to join in this wonderful webinar. At Education Nest, we believe learning isn't just about information, it's about transformation. And today, we are diving deep into a conversation that has the power to shift how we live, lead, and work. So, buckle up, it's going to be a thought provoking session. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, from intelligence to action, real world impact of AI and automation. Artificial intelligence and automation are no longer just futuristic buzzwords. They are actively reshaping industries, redefining jobs, and transforming the way we live and work. What began as intelligent systems designed to analyze data and mimic human thinking has now evolved into powerful tools capable of taking meaningful actions in the real world. From optimizing supply chains and personalizing customer experiences to driving autonomous vehicles and enhancing medical diagnostics, the leap from intelligence to action is unlocking massive value across sectors. This session dives into how AI and automation are creating tangible, real world impact, not just in tech hubs, but in everyday life and traditional industries. We'll explore cutting edge use cases, success stories, and the challenges that come with putting intelligence into motion. And to help us peel back the layers of this ever evolving concept, we are beyond excited to welcome someone truly special, Harshit Verma. A powerhouse of wisdom, Harshit Verma is a software developer and possesses extensive experience in software development, data science, and AI ML research, specifically in the field of web development, chatbot development, data science, machine learning, generative AI, AI agents, app development, technical content, and many more. He has worked across various countries like United States, Japan, UAE, India, for example, on site in the United States at the University of Illinois Urbana campaign, where he contributed to AI research in Illinois. He also worked with Eon Reality in California on AI and XR innovations and has been involved in software driven projects in Japan and multiple companies in India. His work spans from building intelligent AI agents, chatbots, and web applications to publishing AI research in IEEE and Springer Field journals. Over to you, Harshit. The virtual stage is all yours, and we are very much excited to see what you have got for us today.
Thank you very much, Prasanti, for this lovely introduction,
You're
first of all.
welcome.
And I would like to thank you for, inviting me as a speaker at a wonderful platform, Education Nest. It's really wonderful. You people are doing great job. I've seen many
Thank
of
you.
your, videos. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
So
so much,
for
Harshit.
our, yeah, yeah. So for our audience, what I will do is I will share a PowerPoint presentation for
Sure.
better understanding and clarity.
Yeah.
So yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes. Yes. It is visible.
Okay,
You can
perfect.
start the slideshow. Yeah.
Sure. So yes. So the thing is, as Prashanti told you the topic already, so I will not repeat it. So what's the big deal with AI and automation? Why are companies investing so heavily? You know, well, the global AI market is projected to reach almost $1.8 trillion by 2035. And that's really massive. Why? Because it's driving things like efficiency, personalization, and speed like never before. Just take Netflix. You ever notice how the platform knows exactly what show you want to binge next? So that's basically artificial intelligence, analyzing your preferences and the watching patterns specifically. Or that's what the Netflix uses. Or if I just talk about the Domino's pizza, which uses AI and automation in its supply chain to basically ensure that the ingredients are stocked and delivered, the deliveries will be faster with that. So even in you see in airports, we have facial recognition systems. They are now being used to speed up the boarding processes. So what used to take minutes is now done in seconds. And let's not just forget about AI tools like ChatGPT or Google Bard. Now we have DeepSeek. So we are changing how we write code and create basically applications, models. So AI is not just coming; it's already here everywhere. So maybe let's talk about something about the history of this AI and automation. Let's take a quick journey back in time to understand how we got there. AI was officially born in 1956 during the Dartmouth conference. Back then, it was all rule-based system. It followed strict logic, like a giant flowchart, I should say. They're not very smart, but it was starting, as we all know. So fast forward towards the 80s and 90s, we saw expert systems and early forms of machine learning. So then came the internet, we all know, which gave AI what it needed most. And what is it? You can guess and maybe comment out. It is data. So today we have deep learning, neural networks, and we have NLP, that is natural language processing, and we have robotics. So think about Tesla's self-driving artificial intelligence, or maybe Google Assistant, understanding our voices so naturally in a very natural way. So even something like Google Translate used to be basic word for word substitution. Now it understands the full context, slang, and tone. So basically, AI has evolved from being rule following to almost human like in many tasks. So, the progress is mind blowing, definitely, and it's only accelerating. There's no stoppage to it. So let's talk about the how AI powers the automation. So how does AI actually power automation? That's important. It's not just about making machines move. It's about making them think, adding neural network to them. Let's break it down. You know, uh, Dynamic decisions I should talk about. Think about Uber. Its pricing changes in real time based on, demand, based on traffic, and even weather conditions also impact. But thanks to the artificial intelligence. And another thing, we have self improvement. So machine learning systems, they improve over time. So we have the Spotify. Spotify's recommendation system get better the more you use it. Similarly with Netlify and Netflix and all other platforms. So that's basically the artificial intelligence learning your taste. So then we have autonomous systems, from warehouse robots to autonomous drones. We now have systems that operate with minimal, or maybe I should say no human input. So a real example could be Amazon's Kiva robots. Maybe you would have heard or not. So they navigate massive warehouses, bring shelves to the human workers, and they optimize the paths to reduce the time. It's like a perfectly, I should say, choreographed dance with, but with machines. Not with humans. So AI does not just automate tasks. It evolves and it adapts by itself. So that's what make it so powerful. So now let's talk about some maybe some applications of it. AI in healthcare, transforming the patient outcomes. So healthcare is one area where AI is truly saving lives. So, let's talk about diagnostics. AI models like Google's Lina can detect the breast cancer with 95% accuracy, even spotting things, human doctors might miss. So they're humans, And then there's the robotic surgery. Hospitals use system like we have this Da Vinci surgical system. So, which basically allows the surgeons to operate with superhuman precision. So this means fewer complications and quicker recovery. Then we also have this predictive analysis. That is another game changer. Platforms like Health Catalyst, they help hospitals predict which patients are at risk of maybe sepsis or maybe readmission. So it basically letting doctors intervene earlier. And in the COVID era, actually artificial intelligence helped predict outbreaks. It allocate the users and even speed up the vaccine development. It's not replacing doctors, it's making them better, faster, and more accurate. Let's talk about the machinery, AI in machinery. Manufacturing has gone from dirty and dangerous to smart and data driven, all thanks to the artificial intelligence. So predictive maintenance, it's saving factories from surprise breakdowns. So we have this company GE. It uses artificial intelligence to monitor machines and predict the failures. It actually has reduced down, basic by 30%. It has reduced down as per their data. And we have autonomous robots like those from ABB and Fanuc. So they can assemble, they can sort and they can pack products at speeds that's far beyond the human capabilities. Boosting up almost by 50%. And we have another term that is computer vision. So with computer vision, companies like Bosch, they're doing real time quality checks. These systems can spot tiny defects even that human eyes might miss. So all these means few errors, faster production, and lower cost. It's like having a super smart factory that never sleeps. So let's move to AI in retail, redefining customer experience. So in retail, the customer is king. We all know. And artificial intelligence is the personal butler. Take Amazon. Its recommendation engine almost drive 35% of its revenue. You can understand 35%. That's almost like billions of dollars just from understanding the customer behavior. So then there's AI chatbots. We all know about that. Platforms like H&M's chatbot or maybe Sephora's virtual assistant, they handle up to 85% of the queries instantly and at a very good scale. So even in inventory, optimization is another big one. AI predicts demand, reduces the waste by 20% or more. And we have Zara that uses this to stay lean and fast moving. Even physical stores, they use artificial intelligence, especially now many startups, many physical stores. Smart mirrors in, Uniqlo, they show the outfit suggestion and facial analysis tools. They suggest products based on mood. So it's not just selling products, it's about creating experiences that people love. Now let's move to vehicles. Very interesting, Tesla, Chinese companies, so many, autonomous vehicles. So this is where it feels like the futures. You know, in Tesla, we have this Tesla's autopilot that has driven over 5 billion miles with artificial intelligence at the wheel. So that's more than the distance from the, I think, Earth to Pluto and back. So in autonomous zones, accidents have dropped almost by 90. So that's a very, good number. So that's huge, when you think about saving lives. So, but it's not just cars. Neuro is building delivery bots for groceries and medicine. Then we have this John Deere, has self-driving tractors also. Even Uber Eats, is testing autonomous food delivery in the United States. So there are many, number of examples and number of growing startups in this field. So think of the, implications: fewer accidents, more efficiency, and better mobility for even elderly and disabled people. So we are not just, driving cars anymore. We are just designing vehicles that drive themselves. So now, let us see some opportunity which is there in the future, AI-driven future. So opportunities ahead are beyond exciting. $15.7 trillion could be added to the global GDP by 2030. through the artificial intelligence. That's like adding another China to the world economy. So we are seeing, AI democratization. It's free tools like ChatGPT, DeepSeek. That the model is completely free, DeepSeek. So we have Canva AI, GitHub Copilot, Black Box AI. They're empowering, individuals everywhere. Then we have this AI augmented jobs are on the rise. Definitely AI and automation jobs. I have also worked myself. I have worked, so they are on the rise. To take journalism, the Washington Post, they uses an AI tool called heliograph to write the news reports. Then we have this writers. They still set the tone, but AI handles the bulk of updates. So it's not about man versus machine. It's about partnership. So I believe those who learn to work with AI, will definitely thrive in this new world. It's an exciting time to be alive, to be conscious, and working with the tech. So now move towards the road ahead, shaping the future of artificial intelligence and automation. As we look ahead, one thing is pretty clear: AI and automation are here to stay. But with great powers comes great responsibility, right? So we need to balance innovation with ethics. So, for instance, facial recognition systems used by this law enforcement, they have raised privacy concerns. So, companies like we have IBM have even pulled, back from facial recognition to promote the responsible use. So then there's the need to, empower industries and individuals. For example, in India, the government's artificial intelligence for all strategy is focused on using artificial intelligence in agriculture, education, healthcare to basically empower the rural populations. So that's very effective strategy actually. And we must, build a resilient and inclusive future. That means skilling people for new jobs, not leaving them behind. So companies like Infosys, TCS are already retraining the thousands of employees for the AI roles. So yes, AI is exciting, but we must move forward mindfully, consciously, ensuring it, benefits everyone, not just a few. So now we will see towards AI in logistics and supply chain. So let's talk logistics, because getting goods from maybe a point A to point B is now really a high tech operation. With artificial intelligence, companies like UPS and DHL are using route optimization systems that analyze traffic, it analyzes the weather, the fuel cost, to cut down the delivery times by up to 35%. So that's not just convenient, it's a massive cost saver. Amazon saves over $6.6 billion annually through this AI based logistics and the warehouse automation. They use predictive inventory systems to know exactly what stock to send where. And even before the customer hits buy, AI also reduces the stock outs by 50%, meaning fewer. Sorry, we are out of stock messages. So that's actually great for both businesses and customers. It's like giving your supply chain a brain, and that brain works 24 by 7, not 15 hours. So now we have AI in banking and fintech. That's very interesting. So banking and AI, that's a power couple. Today 90% of the top banks, Bank of America, take any bank, they uses artificial intelligence for fraud detection. HSBC we have. For instance, they uses artificial intelligence models that scan thousands of transactions per second per second. So now flagging suspicious ones with over 96% accuracy. Then we have JP Morgan Chase, which uses tool called COIN, to review the commercial loan contracts. It does in seconds. What used to take lawyers almost around 36, I think 3,60,000 hours. So that's not just time saving; it's cost saving also. And according to the top level banks and companies, the banks, this banking sector could save $447 billion annually through AI automation by the end of 2000, 26. So they have predicted this, and even customer service is changing. Chatbots from, we have this HDFC Bank or Bank of America's, Erica, Bank of America. We have this Erica thing. So that handles this millions of queries with NLP or natural conversation. Fintech is no longer just about finance. It's about intelligence. Let's see, some agriculture farming. Now you might not think of maybe artificial intelligence and farm together, but trust me, this is one of the most exciting use cases. So AI driven precision farming increases the crop yields by 20 to 30%. Companies like, we have John Deere are using tractors, and they can detect soil health, the moisture, and even weed locations. So in India, we have this startup called Croplan that is using artificial intelligence to help the farmers, predict weather and pest outbreaks, helping them plan better. So drones, powered by AI, are reducing this pesticide usage by 80%, spraying, only where it is needed, saving both money and the environment also. Then we have this agri AI market. It is projected to hit almost $4 billion by 2026. So yeah, the next revolution in artificial intelligence might not come from fertilizer, but from, I should say, from coding. Yeah. So AI powered automation in customer service. So raise your hand. Maybe you can comment down if you have ever chatted with a customer service bot. I hope many of you have it. The chances are, it was powered by artificial intelligence today, because today 85% of customer interactions are handled without human intervention. So whether it's booking a ticket, tracking a package, your Amazon package, or even troubleshooting your broadband, it's often a bot helping you. We have these companies like Swiggy, Zomato. They use artificial intelligence, they use AI to handle refund requests and order issues in seconds. So this has improved actually the customer satisfaction by 25%, and this is the data of these companies, and cut down the cost by 30%. So the cool part really is, as I told you before, also these bots learn. ChatGPT learn when you type. You know, uh, DeepSeek learn when you type. So it's like training by themselves. They adapt over time, just like a great human support agent would. So next time your issue gets resolved, in just under 30 seconds, you should thank your AI. So let's see robotics and automation in warehousing. It's very, very, very good. And why I'm telling is warehouses are getting a serious upgrade now. At Amazon, AI powered robots, they work alongside humans. They lifting, sorting, and moving shelves. You would have seen in videos there are many YouTube videos on that also. So this has actually improved fulfillment speed by almost by 25%. So you know the warehouse automation market is expected to actually hit by $27 billion in by 2025, this year itself. And it's not just about Amazon. Companies like Flipkart, Alibaba, China's company, and they're deploying robots, for inventory management and order packing. So these system actually reduces the cost by 40%, thanks to fewer errors, thanks to faster operations. The result, same day delivery is no longer a luxury. I'm telling you, it's a standard. It's not luxury. It's standard, and it's all thanks to intelligent machines behind the scenes. So now let's move towards AI in telecom and network optimization. Interesting, yeah. But telecom networks are huge and complex. We all know that. But AI is helping make them start smarter too. We have this Ericsson. It uses AI to optimize 5G rollout, saving millions in infrastructure cost. So AI decides where to place towers for the maximum coverage and minimum interference. You know, the churn prediction is another win. By analyzing call drop data, billing patterns and these complaints, AI actually helps us reduce the customer churn almost by 20%. And when it comes to the outages, machine learning algorithms can detect early signs of network issues, reducing time almost by 40%. So so the next time your internet magically fixes itself, AI might have been behind it. Definitely, you can sense that, you can understand that. Industrial automation and smart factories. Welcome to the Industry 4.0. So a world where machines are intelligent, and factories are fully connected. Smart factories like those run by Bosch and we have Siemens. They use the AI to detect defects in products, and even before they happen, the defects is going to happen. They can detect using the AI. So actually, these predictive maintenance, it cuts the machine downtime by 50%, and overall value of the industrial automation is, I think, almost projected to around $310 billion by 230, 2030. Then we have this factories, they are equipped with sensors, IoT devices, you know, and these AI brains to make the real-time decisions. It's like Iron Man's lab, but at a scale, but a very large scale. So this is not just the future; it's already happening. You just see these places like Japan, Germany, China, and even India. New manufacturing hubs. So definitely, there's a lot of scope in this. AI in energy and utilities. Let's talk about sustainability. AI is playing massive role, in energy optimization. It uses cutting cost. Definitely, it cuts down the cost. And Google's DeepMind artificial intelligence helped reduce the data center cooling cost. Recently you would have got this news that Chat GPTs, their data points, the storage, it is melting. So, to DeepMind AI, it helps the data center cooling cost by 40%. So there's a lot of cost behind that also. Just by adjusting fans and temperature in real time, AI. So that's a very important thing, no hardware changes, no hardware changes they have done. Just smarter decisions using the AI. So smart grids, they're reducing the energy loss by 15%, almost by 15%. So they predict the energy demand, redistribute the loads, and integrate the renewable sources more efficiently. So the energy AI market expected to hit almost $19.8 billion by 2030, and companies like Tata Power and this Schneider Electric, they are leading the charge. So with AI, we are not just using energy, we are using it wisely. So it is very, very important. As I told before also, with great things, with AI comes responsibilities also. So AI for fraud detection in e-commerce. Ever thought, something online and got a fraud warning? We have lots of fraud going around, but AI can solve it. That's the good thing. That's AI watching your back. AI systems have, saves e-commerce business saves $40 billion annually by detecting this fraudulent transactions. Companies like PayPal, Stripe uses real-time machine learning to scan thousands of transactions per second. If something looks fishy, if something looks fishy to them, like a user suddenly ordering 20 iPhones from Nigeria, it gets flagged instantly. With 96% accuracy, AI can now spot patterns. Even experienced fraud teams, might miss. As humans, definitely they can miss, but AI cannot if it's perfectly trained. So this protects not just businesses but also customers, because trust is everything in online shopping. We all know that. Let's come here. Hyper automation. That is the next evolution. So all right, now let's talk about something that sounds futuristic. Hyper automation goes beyond the regular automation. It's not just automating a task, it's automating the automation itself. So understand it this way. Just imagine combining AI, robotic process automation, which is RPA, and low code platforms to create a fully intelligent system that can build and run workflows on its own. You know, we have this Gartner. it predicts the hyper automation market will reach $532.4 billion by 2025 itself. A great example is Walmart in the United States. They use hyper automation to streamline employee onboarding. AI handles all the documents. RPA fills out these systems, and everything runs so smoothly, so smoothly, without any human intervention. Enterprises like Coca-Cola, Unilever, these big giants, they have also adopted hyper automation to automate invoice processing, customer feedback analysis, and even logistics. So you would be thinking, what's the result? The result: 30% reduction in operating cost, faster processes, and very fewer human errors. So this is the next big step where organizations can scale without necessarily adding more people. So now let's come to AI in insurance, smarter claims, and risk. Insurance has been, filled with paperwork and long wait times, but now AI is changing that very fast. Today, 90% of insurers, they use AI in some form, especially in underwriting and pricing. Platforms like Lemonade, they use AI chatbots to settle claims in minutes, not weeks, in minutes. So the projected AI, it ensures that market is $6.3 billion by 2025. Why? Because companies like, we have MetLife, we have Allianz, they are using AI to assess this risk, detect fraud, and even personalize insurance plan based on the behavior. So, for instance, driving apps, they track your habits, braking speed, many more, etc. And AI adjusts your premium accordingly. Plus, image recognition tools help speed up the damage assessment from car crashes or floods. So what used to take days now happens in real time. So if insurance suddenly feel less painful to you, it might be thanks to the AI, definitely. So let's move to conversational AI and voice assistants. Let's talk about a form of AI we all use almost daily: voice assistants, conversational AI. There are already 8.4 billion digital voice assistants in use right now. More than number of people on earth. Whether it is Alexa, Google Assistant, or Siri, these systems are trained using NLP, natural language processing, to understand your voice, context, and even intent. And it's not just for fun. you know we have this Google duplex, for example, can call a restaurant and make a booking while sounding like a real person. Can you imagine? It pauses the UMS, so everything. Interestingly, 40% of the Gen Z now prefer talking to voice assistant over humans for simple queries. Banks like ICIC Bank, Capital One, they offer voice-based customer support to handle account questions. Definitely, it is more natural, fast, and surprisingly accurate also. And it's not only getting better, it's like it's going to be perfect. In some time, you will definitely see. Now let's move to this ethical and you know, workforce impacts of the artificial intelligence. Let's talk about something serious: ethics and the workflow. Yes, AI creates opportunities, but also disruption. According to the McKinsey, up to 375 million jobs could be displaced by the automation by almost 2030. That sounds scary, right? But here's the flip side: 97 million new AI related jobs are expected to be created. Okay, it's expected to be created. These include roles like AI development, data analysis, human AI collaboration, and AI ethics. But here's the catch: we need to reskill the force. Companies like we have this company IBM Accenture, they're investing heavily in upskilling programs. Google's AI for jobs is also like training people in cloud. We have cloud, AWS, GCP, and AI technologies for free. On the ethics side, there are concerned about the bias in AI, especially in hiring tools or facial recognition. Transparency and explainability are the key. So yes, AI is powerful, but it must be guided responsibly with fairness and inclusivity in mind. So let's see the economic impact. That's very important. AI's contribution to the GDP is not just a cool tech; it's a massive economic engine. According to this PwC company, AI could contribute $15.7 trillion to the global GDP by 2030. That's more than the current GDP of China. China alone is expected to see 26% GDP boost, and North America about 14.5%, all driven by AI and automation, all by AI. Even in smaller economies, AI adoption is boosting sectors like agriculture, logistics, and healthcare, especially in countries like India, Brazil, and Nigeria. So, but here's the key stat. 40% of the jobs will be reshaped, not removed, reshaped. Meaning you might still have your job, but the way you do it will change. That's why governments and businesses must work together to create this inclusive AI-driven economies, where the growth benefits all, not just a few. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harshit. That was a really inspiring and beautiful session. Thank you so much for delivering such an eye-opening perspective. You didn't just debunk the myth, but you gave us tools to rewrite the narrative. And now let's keep the momentum going with some audience-powered question and answer
Yeah,
session. I hope you're ready.
sure, definitely.
Yeah, okay. So the first question says, will AI take away all our jobs in the future?
See, now I'm fed up with all this question. Thousands of people have asked me this question.
Yeah, even
That's
even I asked you, I remember that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Many people I met, every industry, every company I go, the United States, everywhere, and people say me, will I lose my job? So that's a really common concern, and it is valid. It is valid. But the reality is, AI is more likely to reshape jobs than just
Okay.
replace them. Some repetitive roles will definitely be automated. Yes, but at the same time, millions of new jobs are being created in fields like AI development. We have this data analytics and even AI ethics. So we have to be with AI. Then we are safe, no worries at all. But the main key is we have to be with AI. Think of it like the internet. It killed some jobs, definitely, for sure. But it also created entire industries. So the key is to upskill and adapt. Yeah, this is the thing.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. You have another interesting question. It says, how does AI actually learn? Is it really learning like humans do?
Great question. So AI actually doesn't learn like humans,
Hmm.
emotionally or consciously. We have, as a human, we have emotional feelings, we're conscious. But AI, it learns through patterns in the data. It is like feeding a system,
Hmm.
thousands of pictures or of cats or dogs maybe. Over time, it starts spotting the subtle differences. It shapes the texture ears, your texture of the ears, and begins to classify them correctly. That was just an example. All the images, everything is trained like that, based on the data and based on the fine tuning and based on the and the chatbots you are typing, so they are being trained. So that's what we call machine learning. It's a maths based learning, not emotional learning. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you for answering that, Harshit. And we have another interesting question. It says, is AI already being used in India, especially in sectors like agriculture or education?
Yeah, definitely, as I told in PPT also,
Hmm.
during my PowerPoint presentation. In agriculture startups, we have many startups. We have this Croplan and Facel. They are using AI to help farmers with weather forecast, pest alerts, and crop health. And if I talk about
Hmm.
education we have a lot. EdTech
Hmm.
sector, in education we have platforms like Byju's, Vedantu. They uses AI to personalize the lessons, even in rural healthcare. AI powered diagnostic tools are making a big difference. So yes,
Hmm.
India is actively leveraging the AI across sectors. It's not just a Western trend. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the
Th-
thing.
Thank you, Harshit. Thank you so much for answering that. And we have another question. It says, are AI-powered decisions always accurate and fair?
Okay, so actually that depends on the training. If I
Hmm.
say honestly, no, they can be biased if they are trained on biased data. The data should be very, very accurate. You know,
Hmm.
for example, an AI recruitment tool trained mostly on the male applicants may unintentionally favor them, right? But
Hmm.
that's why human oversight is super important. There was some example before also. So yeah, so there were examples, but now all companies, everyone is cautious about that. But developers and organizations, they have to ensure fairness, test for bias, and use diverse data set. AI is smart, but it still needs human ethics behind it. So that's the thing, which needs to be little taken care of. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Harshit. Thank you so much for answering that. And we have one last question for this session. It says, what is the difference between automation and AI? Aren't they both the same?
Good catch. Who has asked this question? It's a good catch, actually. Well, they are related but different. Automation is doing tasks without
Hmm.
human input, like a machine assembling the car parts. But AI, it adds intelligence to that. So the machine can now decide which part goes where, or even detect uh, a defect on its own by itself. No human intervention is required. So
Yeah.
automation follows the rules, and AI can adapt and make decisions. I hope I clear it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Harshit, for taking these questions head on and sharing your honest take. And as much as we'd love to keep this conversation going forever, we have now reached the end of of today's session. Harshit Verma, from all of us at Education Nest and everyone attending today, a heartfelt thank you. Your insight has sparked something real and valuable in each one of us. And to our amazing attendees, thank you for showing up with curiosity, thoughtful questions, and that unmistakable energy that makes these sessions so powerful. We hope you're walking away today with ideas you can implement and reflections that linger long after we sign off. And before we wrap, a gentle reminder, stay connected with Education Nest. We have got more meaningful conversations, expert led webinars, and resources to help you grow both personally and professionally. Follow us on all social media platforms. Stay tuned for upcoming webinars, and most importantly, keep learning and keep growing. Until next time, take care of yourself. Have a fantastic day ahead. Take care and bye bye.